Actually, you make this right point, the mindset. I actually think, knowledge society is all about having got the right mindset. And I'm just concerned that because we have been so successful, we have, as Professor Zhang said, we have become complacent. Not just our own people, but also the government. We like to believe what we have been doing, which has been successful, should be things we continue to do. I'll give you one example. The government will introduce a reform in the education sector from next year. They will introduce liberal studies as a core subject in secondary schools. Now, I'm all for it. But I was totally against the notion. Then what happened is that liberal study becomes another examination subject. It will have to be examined. It will be marked. There will be written tests, So what will happen, I can bet, there will be more millionaire tutorial teachers teaching liberal studies in Hong Kong. For those who are not familiar with the Hong Kong scene, you can imagine, you couldn't imagine that a lot of the very rich knowledge workers are people who tell our students and teach our students how to get high marks in examinations. That's totally wrong.
That means how to create a company today.
Totally wrong.
Totally
maybe
wrong.
It's too late
Totally
to change
agree.
it. The mind's very important.
Yes.
You recall this story, and it happened before my time. Therefore, I have no guilt in it.
You're free now.
More than 10 years ago, when the Chinese university, and of course our ex-vice chancellor, Nobel Prize in physics, a very respectable Charles Kao, at that time the Chinese university had a 4-year curriculum. The government changed in 3 years because the Hong Kong university and the British universities are 3-year curriculum. Okay. Now, after more than 10 years, we have corrected our mistake. And now it's all 4 years, I hope it may not take 10 years for the government to realize that liberal studies is all about opening up the students' mindset,
Yes.
It's not about, this is the parameter, study this model questions and answers and you get high marks, Another thing which another thing I was critical of the university, even in my time, couldn't change it, is that universities, because they're publicly funded, they admit students mainly on the basis of their academic results. 4 A's get in, 3 A's, no, This is not the case in a lot of top universities in the world, I know this from personal experience, from experience of my daughter. They will ask you, apart from your SATs, what have you done in your secondary years? Have you done any voluntary work? Have you made any contribution to society? Have you got other interests? Are you a good musician? Have you participated in any debating activities? Have you studied? Have you worked in any student bodies? Have you done community work and so on? All this becomes very much part of the learning process, an assessment process on which they accept you or not accept you. Now, that is what I mean a mindset. It's not pouring more money into the university system. It's not changing the curriculum, not even changing from 3 years to 4 years if the students do not take advantage of the extra year. And Professor Zhang was absolutely right. Compare with other students, even students from mainland, our students lack intellectual curiosity because we have been so smart. We know once we collect the certificate for Hong Kong U or the Chinese U, we can apply for a job in the government, and there we go. We'll become a senior government official, and the rest of is taken care of, and so on. this is why we need a little bit of instability. We really need to open up our minds. Of course, I'm now teaching in universities. In a way, I'm very pleased, Students don't ask many questions, But that's not quite right, Of course, I saved embarrassment of not being able to answer any good questions they pose to me. But that's not right. Even the mainland students these days are a little bit more active in participating in class than our local students. So I actually think, perhaps, we have been so successful. Now we're getting complacent. And perhaps we should really be thankful, as we were thankful to SARS, we should also be a little bit thankful to the Asian financial crisis, a little bit more thankful to the financial tsunami. Maybe it shouldn't have gone too quickly. We should really sort of shock us up a little bit, because my worry is the world is catching up. Mainland is catching up very fast. We are still there. We're still there. But, the gap is narrowing. Finally, I want to keep saying the two very important gradients, the core advantages which Hong Kong still have over a lot of places, particularly the mainland. And that is the ingredients of success of a knowledge society. It's the freedom and it's the rule of law. And of course, as Simon said, the moral values. That is very important. We still have this in Hong Kong. And we like to think we should continue to set an example without being immodest to the mainland. And I really hope that this is something we should never forget. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.